And good day. Continuing along with my week-long Terminator reviews leading up to the very cool Terminator Salvation. Today I'm going to be looking at the McFarlane, and it wasn't Movie Maniacs, it was the Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, the Rise of the Machines T-850 Terminator. T-850, T-800 was, of course, Arnold playing both models. Yeah, so, I mean, not much really to say. I mean, unless you've been living in a cave, I'm sure everybody has seen the Terminator movies. If you haven't, get out. Get out right now. For those who have seen it, glad you guys could stick around and we'll do a review on this figure. Looking at the packaging, we get a nice shot of Arnold Schwarzenegger with his battle damage, showing his endoskeleton there. I think this was one of the posters that they ended up using for the actual movie, at least of the promotional. Now this as well, this figure is the variant. This figure came also originally, and it was the more common figure, came with the glasses. I picked this guy up at Terminator. I'm getting Terminator on the brain here. I picked this guy up at Toys R Us, and when I was going through the pegs, checking the other figures, I happened to come across this figure as well. And back in the day, there wasn't a lot of variant figures coming around where there was remolds or anything like that. So when I picked this guy up, I'm like, I actually, if you could believe it, I debated whether I wanted to get this guy as well. And then common sense set in, and I said, you know, I'd be a fool not to buy both of these. And thank God I did. On the back, though, we have the other characters from the wave. So there's the T-850 with the casket, or the coffin, which I'll be reviewing. There's the TX, the very sexy Kristana Loken. There's the TX endoskeleton. There's a larger T-850, which I never picked up, unfortunately. And then there's just the other figures on display there. I will be reviewing this guy as well. Unfortunately, though, I already opened this guy up, so I'm going to end up reviewing him loose. But oh, and then there's a nice picture of Arnold on the side there. But there we have the T-850 battle damage variant of the Terminator figure. And what I'll do is I'll open this guy up and we'll get a closer look at the figure. And here we have the T-850 out of the package. Again, I wanted to reiterate that this is the battle damage variant of the figure. This one was a lot harder to come by than the glasses version, so you may or may not have seen this guy when it was in the stores. I just happened to stumble across one of them, but that was the last time I saw this figure. And again, I picked up the glasses version as well. If I can find him, I'll try to do a review on that figure as well. I don't know where I put him, though. I packed him away with some of my loose figures, and sure enough, now that I'm doing a week-long review of these guys, I'm not going to be able to find him. But what we'll do is at least I'll review this guy here, and if I do end up finding him, I'll review him as well. But it's pretty much the exact same figure, again, just other than the face damage and the fact he's wearing glasses. The figure itself is incredibly detailed. A lot of care and a lot of time was put into the sculpt of the figure. The jacket itself has a leather feel to it. It's like a rubberized plastic, but great detailing. The jacket, you know, is what looks to be a separate piece, probably glued at the shoulders, though. I'm not going to even bother taking this off. There's no point to it. But in the way of articulation, he has some in his shoulders, some in his arms. There's one articulation in the hand. His head can rotate. Now, being that this is McFarlane, you're not going to get a hell of a lot of detail. but you're going to get some articulation on the one arm though. But now this arm here, you're not going to get any articulation in the elbows to speak of. There's going to be a slight bit of articulation in the hand, but this arm you're going to get a lot more limited articulation. There is articulation in his waist as well, but nothing from the waist down. I mean, it's just a solid piece. Again, these are more to display. They're not really to play with or to pose in any specific way. But there you have the figure. Very, very nice job on the figure. Good job, Todd. I know you're a big fan of my videos, so I just want to give you a shout out and say, you know, thanks for the good work that you guys did on these. In the way of accessories, he comes with a base with some debris and some rubble. There's a peg on there that you can actually have him stand on. There's only one hole in his boot, so you don't have to think too hard as to which shoe you're gonna peg him into, or which foot you're gonna peg him into. Unfortunately, he's a bit stiff to get him to stand in there right away. I've just opened this figure up, so he also comes with a shotgun with an actual strap, which is really nice. I mean, they could have just chinsed out and gave us one solid piece here, but really, really nice detail. I mean, really, really nicely done. He also comes with a what would you call this? Like a capsule gun or something like that. Yes. Unfortunately, I don't know guns all that well, so I mean, you get a nice gun here. One thing as well is, I think, at least on my figure, my other one it did, this can rotate, but I believe this can pop open as well. Yeah, it can actually pop open, and inside these cylinders actually slide out. Now unfortunately, and I just dropped a piece here, I dropped a part of dropped a piece of the gun here, but these can actually slide out. I found the only problem with them sliding out though was that you can't seem to get the gun quite right afterwards, so I'm not going to mess around too much with it. In fact, I think I've already done damage to it, but you get a nice gun though with it. Overall, really, really nice figure. You definitely, if you're a fan of the Terminator movies, you definitely want to pick this guy up, because I mean, the likeness on Arnold is just absolutely incredible. But that's about all I've got for this review. Like I said, and I've said so far every review I've done, all week long I'll be doing Terminator reviews on the figures, and leading up to the release of Terminator Salvation, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Yeah, and with that, I will catch you guys later. Ta-ta.